Get mantra and meditation MP3s at jasongallant.ca.
One place where a lot of spiritual aspirants get stuck is that they mix up skills, abilities, jobs, accomplishments with who they are. Right? They mix up these accomplishments of the identity, of the ego, with who they are, and they somehow get trapped in the micromanaging of all of this stuff because it has to do with survival. Right? The survival of the physical body, it has to do with a form of expression or communication or dealing with the environment in front of them. And then what happens is that they get stuck in the immersion, they get immersed in that environment, and they don't know how to exit once it becomes too painful. So one thing that I will say is, you are not your skills, you are not your expressions, you are not who you think you are, you just naturally are. And you can never be anything other than what you are. You can go into the ego, you can go into your identity and do things and create skills, but that never changes the one who chose to do those things. Who you truly are never changes. Your expression may change, but who you are doesn't change. And where people get mixed up is they start to say, oh, well, I can't change who I am, so I'm not going to learn this skill set and get this job because you can't change me, man. I'm not going to listen to the man, I'm not going to learn how to do simple math because you can't change me. I just don't know how to do that, so that's not who I am, right? This is where people get mixed up. On the enlightenment journey, we're realizing that who we are is what we recenter back into when we are looking for fulfillment. But that does not mean that you reject the game of life. The positives and the negatives. I mean, you still go about life and do what you need to do. You still look for skills to work with whatever environment you're in, work-wise or relationship-wise or whatever. But you're not identifying with those skills, and therefore you're collapsing back into this unconditional fulfillment that you can take with you into your creative expression. And the ego is a form of artistic expression. You create the ego. The only problem is that when you don't know how to uncreate the monster that you've created, it's like a Frankenstein. Right? And Frankenstein's walking through the forest, starts eating the villagers. Now it's time to let go of your attachment to Frankenstein, right? So the ego can become a monster, or it can be a beautiful way of playing in life. So just because the unconditional you is beyond expectations, it's beyond obligations, that doesn't mean that you can't move into life and develop skills and ways of communicating with your audience in front of you. I used to be a professional athlete, but I don't speak about athletic endeavors on this channel because it's not relevant to our conversation, you see. But that is a skill that I developed. But it would be a trap for me to say I am those skills. And if I no longer have those skills, or if I lose the ability to incorporate them into my life, I should suffer, you see. When your foundation is in the self, capital S, then the conditionality of life can come and go, and there is this buffer zone of fulfillment that's with you. It doesn't mean life's easy. It just means that your experience of life is elevated. 'Cause So as you meditate, you practice the letting go of all of ideas of yourself to realize the unconditionality of here. No matter what happens in your life, here is always here. This immensity is always here with you. And just the realization of that allows you to deal with the adversities of the ego, the adversities of the survival game that we play in this world. So don't get too obsessed about your Frankenstein. Maybe it's a very pleasant Frankenstein. Just allow yourself to play the game of life and practice with your spiritual practice the bringing in of more fulfillment into the adversities that you face. Here is where all the bliss is, and here never leaves you. So I hope this helps you on your spiritual journey. Take care for now.
Are you interested in working with a spiritual teacher in a formal setting? Well, perhaps the Wisdom Life School is for you. If you're interested in checking out what the Wisdom Life School is all about, just go to aratima.com.